Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and yeah, featuring a crossword. I'm not doing a crossword, I'm doing a Sudoku, featuring a Sudoku by Jonathan Parker today, whose name I sort of do know. We've certainly done a puzzle by Jonathan on the channel before, ages ago I think. I think I did it. But Jonathan Parker also appears as a name in a series of bridge books that I really enjoy reading, and I don't know if that's based on a real person or sometimes in this book you have characters based on people who have names like what they're given in the book. I don't know, it's very interesting. Anyway, I'm sure Jonathan Parker is isn't Jonathan Parker the tiger in The Life of Pi? It is a common name. I don't know. I'm probably one name out on that. It's very strange. Okay, let us look at the puzzle's rules in a moment. I will just tell you, if you're nipping to the puzzle, and I should have told you this already, that within the 4-cell cages, the digits go clockwise in some order, and that's why the puzzle's called clock dials. But we'll get to that in a moment. I do want to trail that we have done a certain amount of crossword content lately. In fact, Friday's crossword masterclass was myself. And there's also on Patreon the Times Monthly Club special from April's puzzle, but I put it up in May, and you can watch my struggles with that and see if I eventually have to turn to the dictionary in the end. Simon continually remarks that only a fool would attempt this without a dictionary anyway, so there we go. Now, that's on Patreon, as I say. Also on Patreon, coming up soon, our June monthly reward. And we're keeping that under wraps for the moment, and I hope you'll enjoy it when it comes. Now, what else have we got going on? Our apps, of course. Tons of apps, including Killer, which this is largely a killer Sudoku, I think, although there is one little killer clue and this intriguing clockwise rule. But do check out our apps. They're all handcrafted puzzles by some of the best minds in the world, mostly. And they're just great value. Please buy the apps. And what else we got? I mean, check out the other links for our catalogue of videos. You can look up when we've done Jonathan Parker's puzzles before. I'm wondering if it's a pseudonym now I've thought of that tiger. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, let's get to the rules now. So, we have normal Sudoku rules. So we're going to be putting 1 to 9 in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. We have one little killer clue. So those 4 digits will add up to 24. They can include repeats. There's nothing to preclude that. Digits in cages sum to the indicated total if given. So those add up to 13. This cage would be the most useless cage ever printed if it wasn't for the extra rule, though. The digits ascend clockwise from a point to be determined in the 4-cell cages. I mean, I suppose you could assume they ascend clockwise in the 2-cell cages, but it's fairly meaningless there. But in the 4-cell cages, they must ascend in that direction, but from one of the 4 spots. So I don't think that's going to be helpful any time early in this puzzle, but I sometimes get fooled by these. Do give it a try on the link under the video. You can perhaps judge from the video length, that unreliable harbinger, how hard it is. But I am going to start now. Let's get... Right, I really hit the wrong button there, and I'm 1 second away. I'm trying to hit the restart button rather than the stop recording button because I'm a numpty. Okay, that is not a good precursor for what is to come. Let's get cracking now. Okay, right, there's a 16 cage. That seems to be... No, it's not the only cage which we can immediately enter the possible digits for. We've got a 9-7 there and a 1-3 there. This 5 cage only has 2 ways of entering it, and the same is true of that 15 cage. And when I say ways of entering it, I mean contributing digits. This could either be 1, 4 or 2, 3, but I suppose they could be in either order. So that's my equivalent of a Maverick visit. I've got a helicopter hovering outside now. Right. Yes, 1 can't be in this cage, can it? A 26 cage. I wanted to say that it has to have a 9 in, but it doesn't. It could be 8765. If it had to have a 9 in, we'd have an X-wing with 9s, and we could put a 9 in one of those cells. We don't have that. What we have is that it can't have a 1 in, and there can't be a 1 in these cells because of the 1, 3. So now there's a 1 in one of these cells. I can't say the same about 3. This could be 3, 6, 8, 9. But the 1 there means this 8 cage has been reduced to 2 possible fills. Now, of course, there's a symmetrical thing going on. Thank you, Jonathan. 9 and 7 can't be in those cells. 9 can't be in this cage because you just couldn't make up the 13 cage, the other digits, 3 digits to add up to 4 without a repeat. So there's a 9 in one of those. Now, 7 could be in there. That would give a 1, 3 pair here. Okay, the 9 there is looking at the 15 cage, so that's now a definite 7, 8. Oh, and that's interesting. Oh, 7. 7 is now forced out of all of those cells by these 2 cages. It's gone into the 13 cage, and therefore we know it's roommates. They are 1, 2, and 3. Right, now we have got a 1, 3 X-wing. We must have used up the 1 and 3 in rows 1 and 2 there. So the 1 and 3 in row 3 cannot be in boxes 1 or 3. Now what does that tell us about the 19 cage? Does it definitely need the 2? Yes, it does. Otherwise it would be 4, 5, 6, 7, which add up to 22. So the 2 goes in there. That forms an X-wing with those, and we get a digit in the grid. Bingo. Now, I want to say 2 is going to have to be here, but this could be 2987. Okay, but this is now either 2987 or 3986. Yeah, okay. You can't put both 2 and 3 in here. Let's start with that, because that would add up to 5, and the other 2 digits would have to add up to 21. You can't do that. So one of 2 or 3 is going to go in these cells, and the other one is going in this cage with 9 and 8. So I don't know exactly how this cage is made up, but there are 2 possibilities. One is 9872 and one is 9836. So we do get the 9 X-wing, and that actually, which I wanted earlier on, but it now seems like the smallest deduction possible, that I get a 9 to put there. We've done actually much more than I thought this was offering at first. I was sort of actually wondering if this was a set puzzle and if I was going to be highlighting maybe those columns against these rows. Never mind about that now. Now, this 12 cage can't have a 9 in. It's either 8-4 or 5-7. Oh, yeah, no. If I knew that was an 8, that would be forced into here. Right, let's have a look in this row. 2, 7, 8, 1, 3. These are from 4, 6, 5, 9. Of course, 8 has become one of these cells. Oh, we're in business again. Look, that's gorgeous. 8 can't be in this cell now because it's in one of those. So 8 must go into this area of box 7, and that is an X-wing. Sorry, although I marked 2 and 3 in there as corner marks, what I meant to write was 9 and 8 because they have... Oh, I'm losing my mind. Right, there we go. That's how I meant to pencil mark it. So 9 and 8 must be there. 8 must be here, and that uses up the 8s in rows 8 and 9, so 8 can't be here, and this must be a 5-7 pair. Now 7 is forced into this cage. Ooh, can 5 be in it? No, because we need another 10, and that can't be 2 5s, so we can't put 5 in that cage, and given this 5-7 pair looking at those, 5 is now in these cells, and this is a 1-3-5 triple. This cage needs another 10, and we've got 4, 6, 8, and 9 left. Right, 2, 4, 6, 7 there. That's an 8-9 pair. That's lovely. This isn't a 9. This has become a 4, 6, 9 triple. Oh, there's a 9 pointing at one of the cells there. This is now a 5, 8 pair. Isn't this clever? Now, come on, keep going. Can we... Oh, I tell you what, we've got a virtual triple of 1, 2, 3 there, because those are definitely from 1, 2, and 3, and these must include one of them. So 5 and 7 in this row, I've just worked out, they can't be in this box, so they must be there, a 5, and there, a 7. And how weird, we're getting these points at the edge of the Fistemafell ring as the first digits, which look almost the least indicated points in the puzzle. Right, these are from 4, 6, 8, and 9. That's all that we've got left, given the 1, 2, 3 triple. Oh, in fact, this is now not a 5, 3 pair. That's a 2, 6 pair. There's no 6 there. This is 4, 8, 9. I've got an 8, 9 pair looking at one of those cells. Oh, this is amazing. Now I can't have a 2 there. So now 2 goes into this cage with 8 and 9 and 7. No! Oh, something's gone wrong. That's replicated as 7. Oh, bother, it was going too sweet. Look, I've got a 5. Okay, where did this start going wrong? That 5's nonsense. I thought... Right, this is where it went wrong. I spotted the 1, 2, 3 triple, and I went too quickly at this. I thought these were from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They're not. They're from 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right, these ones can't have 5 or 7 in. That's all I got. Okay, I'm sorry about this. This one, though, can't be 7, 9 or 5, 8. And that is forming a 4, 6 pair. So now we get a 1, 2, 3 triple. That adds up to 6. This adds up to 30. This pair adds up to 15, which has 2 possible fills. This is a 4, 6, 8, 9 triple. So 7 in this row. That does go here, because that is an X-wing. Yeah, okay, sorry, everybody. Now 7 comes out of this cage. It doesn't go in it. This is a 3, 6, 8, 9 cage. Now 3 can't be in those cells. They're a 1, 2 pair. 2 can't be in these. That's a 3, 5 pair. Ooh, I've just remembered the clockwise rule, which hasn't mattered yet, but I think it might be about to. That's a 4, 5. This is a 6, 8, 9 triple. 23 plus 15, 38. Those two add up to 7. Okay, that's interesting, because these add up to 5, and that is a 4-cell stretch adding up to 12, which must have 1 and 2 in. If you have any 4 cells that have to be different, 4 digits that have to be different and add to 12, they're either 1, 2, 3, 6 or 1, 2, 4, 5. So 1 and 2 must be in that group, and this is a 3, and now the group that add to 12 can't have a 3 in and must be 1, 2, 4, 5. And in fact, that means this is a 1, 4 pair, and this is a 2, 5 pair. Gosh, this can't be 8 or 9, but those are not certain. Well, yes, they are. Where does 4 go in this column? And indeed, where does 1 go, given that 1 and 4 are now ruled out of here? It's all these kind of interstitial points that we're doing first, which is very surprising. I thought it would be the cages where we'd first get to write in full digits, and it's absolutely not. This is 1, 2, 4, 8. These can't have 4 or 6. I'm getting rid of the corner marks because I think we've reduced the whole thing down to candidates now. So 1, 3, 4, 7 in there, and they must rotate clockwise. Is that interesting yet? I don't think so. 5, 7, 8, 9 in there. I don't know how we're actually... Oh, yes, I do. Because, unusually, I'd remembered the hidden rule and forgotten the glaringly obvious one. That has to be a 6. It's seeing a 2, 5 pair. That can't be a 6. Right, the glaringly obvious rule is this 24 clue. We will look at that in just a second, and I think it's going to be helpful. 3, 1, 4, 6. Right, these are from 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so let's colour this and consider the digits, or let's consider the minima first. 7, 6, 5 is 18. Ooh, plus 2 is 20. The maxima give 33. Right, so I'm interested in the minima. 7, 6, 5, and 2 gives 20. So we've got to increase from the minimum possible digits by 4 to get to exactly 24. So this one can't be a 7. This can increase by 2 or 4. This can increase by 3. This can increase by 3. And this can increase by 1 or 2. So we could increase both of those by 2, this by 1 and one of these by 3, or this by 4 on its own. Oh. Yeah, okay. Now, having moved 7 out of this cell, this one, the next one clockwise, can't be 2. This can't be 4, this can't be 6. I don't think that's really going to help, but I do it nonetheless, because I've noticed it. Now, 7, 8, 9. Oh, what's in this cage? These two, 24, 30. Right, these two add up to 15. Oh, that's huge. This is a 6, 9 pair. I did say those added up to 15 earlier, but that takes 9 out of this cage. Now, we've got a whole different set of sums that I will do in a second. That has to be a 5, 7 pair. That's an 8, 9 pair. Oh, there might be a lot more Sudoku to do first. Hang on. Hang on. The jury is still out on the Sudoku left to do. I could easily have missed some regular Sudoku. In fact, there's a 6, 9 pair. Oh, there's a 6, 9 deadly pattern. Right, okay, let's go back to this. The minimum now, well, it's still 20. We have to increase by 4. Ah. And that can only go up by 1. Oh, this is a 7, 8 pair. We use the rotation, the clock face rule. That can't go 8, 7, because the digits would be going down. So this goes 7, 8, 4, 5. Right, so we've got this one. Still, the minimum is 20, but this can't increase. These can only increase by 3. And since none of these digits can increase by 1, that is not happening. So neither of these increase from the minimum. They are both minimal. And now we have 18 there. This has to be a 6. This number increases from the minimum by 4. And that is what the little killer clue is for. That is going to sort out this cage on the clockwise rotation now. It starts there, 2, 4, 6, 7. We get 8 there, 9 here. And this must somehow, well, with the remaining cages, this must do the puzzle. Ah, 7. So that, actually, I could have done this cage before on the rotational principle. The unnumbered cage. I keep looking at this area and thinking it's a cage. It's not, but I can at least reduce it to pairs. And then I can reduce this one to pairs. And in fact, I think I can go further with this one, which is a cage. We get 3 there, 7, 1, 2. That's 1 and 3 done now. 6 can't be in those cells. 5 can't be. 5 and 4 can't be in those. So 9 isn't in those. In fact, that 9, 8 pair is done. This is not a cage. I can't rotate in it. I can rotate anywhere. Watch my dance, dance, revolution moves. 1 and 4 there. Now, here. Still don't know enough about that one. Right, down here, that's not 1, 6, but this isn't a cage. That 9, 8 is done. These are the 2 cages I have to rotate still. Okay, so 7 is in one of those cells. Yeah, that's important. That means 1 must follow it. So 1 must be in one of those 2 cells and is not there. So 1's in one of those two cells, and that makes this a 2. And that might unwind quite a lot of pairs in columns 8 and 9. This now can't be a 4, so that's a 4. Now we can use the rotational clockwise properties of that cage. 8 and 7 are done, but not the 6-9 pair. Now we have to apply the same principles here. That can't be 3, that can't be 8. So 8 is now in one of those cells, and that means 9 must follow it in one of those two. So those don't have a 9. Now the only place for 9 in this row is in the 16 cage, and that's going to unwind a lot of pairs in the bottom two rows. A lot of pairs, and we get an 8 there. So 8 in this cage is here, and that is the last cage with rotation in it. And that is a very, very nice puzzle. Not very difficult, but beautifully put together. I mean, you can just see the flow of that throughout. So, I mean, I don't know. Oh, I haven't quite finished it. I've got 2 more to do. Nice. So, there we go. That is the solve of Clock Dials by Jonathan Parker, and a very clever puzzle it is too. Yeah, not just so elegant. I mean, I've met quite a lot of people recently who I've been telling for the first time what I do, and you can see them being puzzled that Sudoku provides enough variety to make a channel full of puzzles. But they don't know about variant puzzles, and they don't know about hand-designed puzzles and how you can feel yourself getting into the constructor's brain when you do these. It's so neat, this puzzle. It's so cleverly put together, and an absolute pleasure to do it on the channel. Hope to see you again soon for more Sudoku wonders. Bye for now.